Good morning. I want to tell you a story. Let's start first grade, just out of kindergarten. I was given this worksheet assignment, and it looked like a gumball machine almost. It had 2 plus 2 basic math in the candies inside the gumball machine, and you'd get the right answer, and you'd go to this other worksheet. It'd tell you a color to color on there, and you'd color it in on that gumball. At the end, you'd have this nice, beautiful looking piece of art, so to say. Well, I did this assignment the first 2 times, and both times I handed it in, the teacher said, wrong. Handed me a new piece of paper, or 2 new pieces of paper, and sent me back to my desk to go try and attempt it a third time. That third time, I was furious, fuming almost. And I decided to do what any first grader would do when things aren't going their way, and I colored that sucker black completely from top to bottom. The whole picture was black. And let's just say that didn't end out well for me. I got in lots of trouble by the teacher. I got sent to first grade as a I got sent to detention as a first grader. My bad. Um this set a standard for me almost. I kind of dissociated myself with school. I hated going there. It was not my thing anymore. Well, let's skip forward a few years. Around the fourth grade era. They gave us a math test, and I aced this math test. And they gave us more math tests and more writing assignments and everything, and they sent me to test in for the talented and gifted program. That didn't go too well. I was told that I was not talented and gifted because I messed up on a color selection part of this assignment. Well, that night I told my mom where I went wrong. I got the math right, my writing was good, but the colors, I just stumble on colors. What can I do? Well, she decided she was going to take matters into her own hands. She came home with one of those colorblind test book kind of things from her office and had me look through the whole thing. I got most of those circles with the numbers in them, making up the colors, wrong. I think I got like 2 out of 10 right. Um, that led my mom down the rabbit hole. Let's fast forward 2 weeks, and I'm going to the optometrist. Why? I did not understand at the time. But I go to the optometrist, they give me the same tests, but much more lengthier. Well, I got most of them wrong again. I was then diagnosed with being colorblind. My eyes don't work the way they're supposed to, so to say, which I thought I could live with, deal with. I was like, okay, that can't be too major. I was wrong. Let's go to middle school. I then started to see lots of bullying by the way I dressed because my outfits would never match. I'd wear pink with bright yellow down below. And let's just say I did not have the best fashion. But it changed me. I started wearing stuff like I am now, pants and black tees. Every day, all day. You wouldn't catch me without it. It's the easiest way I could style something. Let's go to high school. Here I find myself trying in school, but at the same time, not. I'm I'm trying my hardest, let's say that. I was given an assignment on probably 3 weeks in to my freshman year where we had to create a poster during the COVID times, might I add. So we're creating posters online. Well, our teacher wanted it to be vivid, or not vivid, bright and colorful. And then that was right then and there. I knew I was not going to pass that assignment. So I make this poster, and it's colorful to my eyes. I was told it was wrong. It was not colorful. It was not bright. It was not good. It's not good enough. So then I go to reattempt this to get a better grade. Wrong again. So I give up and I take the F. This played a major key role in my high school time because from there out, I decided if it's going to be based on color, I am not going to do it. And turns out a lot of assignments through high school were. So my freshman and sophomore year, I did not do those coloring assignments, and I never once mentioned to my teachers that I was colorblind. I uh I failed most of my classes sophomore and freshman year. So junior year, I come back with a fresh mentality. I'm like, I'm going to graduate high school. I'm not going to just slip under everybody else. So I try extra hard in all my math classes, all my writing classes, which I excel in. And then it comes to getting an elective. And I couldn't get into any of the electives that I wanted. So I had to take art. Well, I took art. And the first day I stepped in there, I looked the teacher dead in her eyes. And I told her, I'm colorblind. And there's nothing I can do about it to make everything match your specifications. And she looked at me and she said, okay, art is art. No matter the colors, no matter what, the art that you put in front of me will be considered art. And that's when I found a new respect for teachers. If I had just started beginning my classes with looking them in the eyes and just telling them I'm colorblind, I can't do the assignments the way you want them to be done, things would have worked out. I graduated high school because of that art teacher. Let's continue on. We get to college. I'm looking for degrees to do. What sounds good to me? A key major role that played into what could I do with my future, typing that in the search bar, was what jobs can you do while still being colorblind? And that's when I settled on firefighting. Now, I never planned to be a smoke jumper or jump out of a perfectly good airplane, so to say, just to go fight a fire. But I found myself gravitating towards that aspect of firefighting culture. Um, so I continue on, and I'm doing everything I need to do to get to there. And with one Google search, that dream ended. I searched up, can you be a smoke jumper and be colorblind? The answer was no. You have to differentiate red and green on maps, which I fail to do most times. But putting in that search led me down a deeper rabbit hole of what kind of colorblindness do I actually have. I was diagnosed with colorblindness, but I was never given an actual form. I was just told that I am red-green colorblind and that's the end of it. Well, I went down this massive rabbit hole. Turns out I have issues with red, greens, oranges, some yellows, blues, and purples. I get all of those mixed up in a way, kind of in pairs. The blues and purples, they blend together. The yellows and oranges, they blend together. And the reds and greens, they blend together. This is a form of colorblindness called protanopia. So I found out if you have protanopia, there's lots of jobs you cannot do. But I continue searching, and I find I can still be boots on the ground. I can haul semi trucks. into fires with the equipment on it. I can do everything else, just not jump out of that plane. So, I guess what I'm getting at here is the way first grade impacted me has impacted the rest of my life because at first I didn't see being colorblind as an impairment, but more as a complete disability. I let it hold me back through my K through 12 experience. But now that I've grown as a person, I I see that being colorblind may not be the end of everything I do. There's still so much more I can do with being colorblind that it's kind of endless opportunities. Thank you.
This is embarrassing.